Look at Donald Trump, the man who would refuse to rent to black people in the 1970s, who tried to lead a lynch mob against 5 black and brown kids in the 1980s for the Central Park case, who refused to allow black casino workers to have a prominent place in his casinos in Atlantic City in the 1990s, who spent 5.5 years lying about Barack Obama's birth certificate in the 2000s, who came in office and then attacked black people like Colin Kaepernick, who attacked Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss for simply doing their jobs, and Fulton County election workers. You dishonor those people when you go and perform for this man who has done nothing but dishonor black people. And just last year, he was calling Haitian immigrants, accusing them of eating cats and dogs. This is not somebody that black people should be associated with and pretending to normalize. We should be challenging him. And it dishonors the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday we honor on Monday, to celebrate this man.
Nelly and Snoop Dogg have been confirmed to perform at Donald Trump's inauguration. Nelly and Snoop Dogg. When I tell you guys I am not ready for the next 4 years to happen, Trump is not even in office, and it feels like he's been president for 2 years already. In addition to them, Kodak Black, Antonio Brown, and Rod Wave are Trump's guests. At the inauguration. What the fuck is going on? First Lady Elon Musk is moving into the White House. Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Carrie Underwood are performing at the inauguration. Mark Zuckerberg is out here cosplaying a 16-year-old black kid from Harlem with his chain and his afro. The CEO of TikTok is now chummy and on the billionaire. Looks like he's in the billionaire syndicate of evil people. Snoop Dogg and Nelly are performing at the fucking inauguration. I'm tired.
All right, guys. So we got to follow up on the backlash that the pro-Trump rappers are receiving for performing at Trump's inauguration. Okay, because as a black person, you're not supposed to support Trump because Trump apparently is anti-black, even though during Trump's first administration, black people benefited just like the rest of America benefited, okay? But, you know, you're not supposed to pay attention to the results. What you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to boohoo, whine, and cry about these allegations of racism from the 80s and the 90s. Things that don't really matter at all, okay? What actually matters is the economy. What actually matters is whether or not the border's closed. What matters is whether or not there's world peace. The things that actually matter, these black liberals, they're not concerned about that. They're concerned about racism, and you're performing for the white devil, right? The white supremacists. Okay, so a lot of these rappers, okay, including Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross, Nelly, who we're going to talk about here today, they're getting a whole lot of backlash, okay? And what we have here in this video is Willie D confronting Nelly on performing at Trump's inauguration amid the backlash, okay? And I want to respond to Nelly and his response to Willie D. But first, I want you guys to understand the type of character that we're dealing with here in Willie D, okay? He clearly is a black liberal who doesn't have the ability to critically think. And my evidence for that is just a couple days ago, he went full simp for Joy Taylor against Jason Whitlock. Take a look.
Allow me to step in as Joy's counsel and respond to this statement by Jason Whitlock. Joy Taylor vehemently denies any attraction whatsoever to Buffalo Butt, a.k.a. the Walrus, a.k.a. Ham Hock Man. It is repulsive to even think that she would ever stoop to such a level. Yeah, you know, she's shown her racks off, but only to those who were deserving. Under absolute no circumstances, would Joy Taylor ever remotely consider giving Jason Ham Hock a shot in hell. He isn't qualified. In fact, even if he offered $1.5 million, the number that Skip was trying to trick for, that number would be turned down immediately. It's just too big of a risk to put on her conscience. to know that that big old mass of stank was lying on top of her would be enough to send her into a psych ward where she would have to forfeit all money gained throughout the years.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, just so you know who we're dealing with here. We're dealing with an old simp, right? So don't be surprised that an old simp can't really understand exactly why somebody like Nelly would perform for President Trump. Okay, Nelly is actually slated to perform at the Liberty Ball, which is one of the 3 official inauguration balls. And he's also slated to perform at the inauguration. Okay, so Nelly is going to have a big stage. And Nelly also has been a MAGA guy, I think, for a while now. Okay, at a recent award ceremony, he shouted out MAGA very briefly in a song. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into Willie D confronting Nelly on performing for the white man, for the white supremacist.
I thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices. And I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like to try to help somebody get voted.
Kamala didn't invite you to perform?
No. She didn't invite me.
She didn't invite me either, man. I was going to do all at home.
Like, so, but I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever.
What do you say to the people that say we're not giving you this backlash because of your political affiliation or your political choice or whatever? We're giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I would ask them to show me where he's a white supremacist, and here's the thing. Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Hold on. He did create.
I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years. That had mass incarceration. I think even the Vice President Kamala spoke on that part that said that the crime bill played a huge part. He didn't do that. Let me see. What did he do? I'm trying to think. The white supremacist. Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Okay. He did not rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like, okay, is he written to him now? So nobody's allowed to change, right? See, here's the thing. So we can talk about past, but we never want to talk about our past. If our past get brought up in our community for a lot of what our men did, we always call it rehabilitation. Yo, these young brothers, we've been through a lot. I know I've been through a lot. If my past was what was going to prevent me from winning today, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he ain't got some fucked up ways. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's why I'm not telling you who to vote for. But what I'm saying is that he's the president of the United States. He's not the candidate for the United States. He's the president. He won.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nelly did a good job there, to be honest with you. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what Nelly is finding out the hard way, which is what black people find out every single time that they decide that, hey, we don't want to vote Democrat, which is that, yes, your support is contingent upon who you politically support, right? If you're a rapper and black people love you, they only love you contingent on this idea that you're voting for Kamala Harris, right? And Democrats. If you're voting for the Democrat Party, you're good, okay? But if you're not supporting the far left social justice movement and, you know, all of the black liberal initiatives and stuff like that, if you support conservatives, Republicans, Trump, yeah, now all of a sudden, they don't support you anymore, right? They don't like you anymore. All of a sudden, there's a problem. Because, unfortunately, as black people, we do not allow ourselves to freely have our own political beliefs, okay? If it doesn't align with the left, if it doesn't align with the Democrat Party. Now, Willie D here is an operative of the Democrat Party, in my opinion, in regards to the propaganda that he spews. So, again, that's what you have here. One of the Democrat Party operatives confronting Nelly on his beliefs. Why should Nelly be confronted at all? I don't understand why this is controversial. He's performing for the president. And here's the thing. None of these people had issues with artists performing for Joe Biden. Now, again, Joe Biden is the same person that said back in 2012 that Mitt Romney gonna put y'all back in chains. He's the same person that said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He's the same person who was mentored by a Klansman. He's the same person that Kamala Harris, his vice president, accused of being a flaming racist, a segregationist on the debate stage, right? And as Nelly outlined, yeah, Biden is the architect of the drug and the crime bill that a lot of these woke revolutionaries boo-hoo-whine and cry about so much, right? As the reason why so many black people have been locked up over the past few decades. So again, I'm trying to figure out where was the backlash against these black performers when they were shucking and jiving and tap dancing for the white man, Joe Biden. Where was the backlash at? Because Joe Biden has actually done real things in office, right? He's actually enacted policy and legislation that, according to these same individuals who hate Trump so much, has negatively affected black folks. You can't say the same thing about Trump in his first presidency. You can boo-hoo, whine, and cry all you want about him allegedly discriminating against black people with his apartments back in the 70s or the 80s, which I don't think it was racial discrimination. It probably was income discrimination, right? He didn't want people that's living off the government, okay, living in his apartments, which I totally understand. Maybe that's what it is. He never admitted any wrongdoing. You can bring up the Central Park Five all you want. Everybody at the time thought they was guilty. Everybody at the time wanted to see the maximum punishment, okay? And for a while, they were correct, right? Until the decision got reversed. So I'm just saying, all of these things are emotional arguments to pull at the heartstrings of uneducated black people in order to get them to hate Trump when, unlike Joe Biden, you cannot say that Trump has passed any policies that have hurt black people as a whole, right? If anything, Trump has went out his way to help black people, more so than any president. I can't think of any president since the civil rights era that has went out their way to try to help black people more than Trump. I can't think of anyone. But yeah, you got these same clowns out here, boo-hoo, whine, and cry. Well, these black rappers performing for Trump. It's such a shame. They selling us out. Meanwhile, you got these other black entertainers and performers selling you out for the Democrat Party. The same party that has enacted policies that has been detrimental towards the black community. I would say over the last 4 years, the most detrimental policies that have been enacted by Democrats and progressives are at the local level in these inner liberal cities, okay? The soft on crime policies, the anti-police movement has cost black people their lives, okay, in the thousands. Again, where are all these people? They ain't got nothing to say about it. But they're so concerned about Orange Man, about Trump. Oh, you're propping up white supremacy. Yeah, it's just funny. It's just hilarious because there's a much stronger argument to be made that Biden is actually a white supremacist. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. And I'm not even one of these people that's like, oh, you're a white supremacist. I don't throw that term out there, right? I don't label people like that, right? But if we're going to throw that label out here, right? Trump versus Biden. and who's a white supremacist and who's not. I think that it is very clear that Biden is much more of a white supremacist than Trump. So again, I'm trying to figure out, why was there no backlash at all the black performers that were propping up Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, right? I don't understand it. I don't get it. The hypocrisy is stunning. So anyways, good job on Nelly's part of defending himself. He doesn't have to answer any questions about his support for Trump and why he is performing at the inauguration. He's a free man. He can do whatever he wants to do and screw all these people. They can go kick rocks. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.